So I saw two movies today. One was called Don't Think Twice. It's written and directed by I'm going to mess his name up. Birbiglia? I don't know how to say his name. I've been trying to figure out how to say his name since his first movie came out like 4 or 5 years ago, and I couldn't say it then. You know what I'm talking about. I actually didn't see that other movie. So this one is about a group of improv. It's an improv troupe, I guess is what you call it. Um, and their theater is about to close down, and one of them gets the opportunity to audition for the equivalent of Saturday Night Live, but it's got a different name because, legal reasons. And the group just sort of falls apart. And it's sort of about growing up, about having dreams and having to set realistic dreams, and whether chasing dreams are important, or what is important, or deciding for yourself what's important and not what other people think is important. There's a whole lot of things going on. I didn't think it was that great. I don't think it was a bad film, but I definitely wanted to like it more than I did. And I think part of it is I don't like improv, and I don't ever want to live in New York City, and it reminded me of both of those things. So that's probably, I was not the audience really for this film. There were some things that cleaned up a little too easily for me, and I don't know, aspects of it felt very male in a way that I was just like, you would write this. So, if you're a fan of any of the cast members, you'll probably enjoy it. I like Keegan-Michael Key a lot, and I'm still sad that I miss Keanu, and I hope to rent that movie soon. But when he wasn't on the screen, I was sort of like, why am I watching this? So that's how I felt about Don't Think Twice. Not a terrible movie, just not really a movie for me. The next one I watched was Richard Tanne. I don't know if it's pronounced Tanne or Tanne. It's Tanne. Could be either. His debut film, Southside with You, which is about the first date between Barack Obama and Michelle Robinson at the time. And it was Barack is played by Parker Sawyers, and don't think I've seen him in anything else before. And Michelle is played by Tika Sumpter, and they're both really great. They both really get the mannerisms of the Obamas really well. And it's very, like, if you love, like, Before Sunset, that kind of film, this is basically that kind of two people talking through the length of a feature film, with realizations of each other, as well as little pieces that are pointing towards the future that we all know they share. There were some nice moments with, there was a moment almost towards the end of the film where they're watching Do the Right Thing, which is the only part of their first date that I had known about. And you actually see the scene in Do the Right Thing where, spoiler alert, Radio Raheem gets killed by the police, and it's really shocking to see that and see the audience and the two of them watch it and feel their pain, and then think about it in a post sort of Ferguson world, and how Spike Lee was talking about these things so long ago, and it's almost like it's gotten worse. That felt like a very pointed piece of filmmaking. It was one of the few parts of the film that really had something to say and was like kind of very loud about it. But there was also a moment where Obama is reading a Toni Morrison movie, and I was like, I'm okay with this. There's another thing I wanted to point out. Oh, there's this film. They go see this art, and there's this art by Ernie Barnes, who was a painter that I had not heard of before, but I'm sure I recognized his work. Like, I saw it and I was like, I've seen this before. I just never had a name to go with the artist. And it was really beautiful. And stick through the credits and you'll see more painting from from this painter, and it's just really beautiful works of art. So I enjoyed it because I love those long first dates that take forever, and you just talk and talk and talk, and you go from talking about things like music that you like, which they do, to really personal things like their parents, which they also do. And it felt very natural. And there's a moment that, like, two really big revelations for me, anyways. That Michelle Obama apparently does not like pie, or at least in this film does not like pie, and I'm like, hello, I'll take all the pie. And then also Barack Obama apparently does not like ice cream, and like considering he's besties with Joe Biden, whose favorite thing in the world is ice cream, I don't know how that relationship works. But there's a moment where he has sort of fucked up a little bit, and he's like gets her some ice cream, and it is the sweetest moment I've seen in a film probably all year. Um, so there's some reviews that are calling it sort of, I hate this word because I don't know how to pronounce it, hagiophy, where you're, sort of deitizing the people rather than being critical of them, and or at least non-judgmental, or not non-judgmental, non-partisan's not the word either, but we don't turn them into a hero. And this film skates the line, but it's also sort of, it should be. It talks about their younger selves and their hopeful selves, and you would, like Obama's whole campaign was built on using the word hope, and so you'd want to see a movie of early him dealing with those same sort of concepts and having that same sort of feeling. So I thought it worked for me. And it was also just super romantic. So I enjoyed it. This one I do recommend a lot. So, and I think Don't Think Twice opened a few weeks ago, and Southside with You just opened today. So you should go try to find it and check it out, because I think it's a great film.